Hey everybody, this is a Sliders review, and I literally just found out that today is International Women's Day. Who knew? I didn't, because I'm a man. And because so since I never knew this holiday, growing up, so I've now decided to try to crank out as many videos as possible as I can today, slowing down the other videos that I already recorded and stuff. So I'm gonna have to delay those. Chances are when these videos do upload, it probably won't be today. It'll probably be tomorrow, maybe, who knows. But hey, let's try to speed through this right here, right now. So I'm here today to talk to you about Sailor Moon Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot, the Crybaby Usagi's beautiful transformation. So, what better thing to talk about International Women's Day than, of course, the ultimate superhero female, that of Sailor Moon. The ultimate young girl's like hero. She is the ultimate magic girl. She is the ultimate anime character. Like, she is like a hero, an international hero. You know, people around the world love this character. They love this show. The fandom is enormous. And it's a hero for male and female. That's the great thing. And so, when it comes to Sailor Moon, it came out in the 90s as a Japanese anime, and many people had no idea, like myself, what the world they were watching. Now, in the American Deke version, it is very much different than that of the original anime. They changed a lot of stuff to make it more Americanized so that American or English sounding people can better understand. I'm totally okay with that, but I do prefer also, I prefer both versions. I prefer the original and the American version because, as a young kid watching this, it did help me better understand things. And of course, and as I got older, I'm now trying to educate myself as to what the Japanese version is and the names and stuff like that. Now, I will say that everything about the American version is terrible. I love the music in the American version. I love some of the name changes, like Darian. That just sounds cool, Serena and everything. Also, the pilot. The pilot was changed a lot in the original version to help people better understand just what the world is going on. Because when I watched the Viz dub, it's very much just that of a little girl going about the motions of her day. However, in the American Deke version, they started off by showing what the Moon Kingdom was, how it came to an end, and how like Queen Serenity like sent off like many of her people down to Earth and everything like that to be reborn. So that really helped understand just what the world was going on. Now, in the original Viz, in Japanese version, it just pretty much just starts off with Usagi, known as also Serena in the American one, about how she's a little girl, she's a clutch, she's a crybaby, she's narrating stuff like that. We see her wake up by her like alarm, and her mom tells her like it's 8 o'clock and she is now late for school. The thing about Usagi is always late for school. She cannot get on school for time for nothing. Now, Usagi is a hopeless romantic. She wants nothing more but to like fall in love. She wants everybody to fall in love. She wants nothing more to be a pretty girl. Something like a lot of girls, still to this day, still just want to be like the most beautiful looking person of all time and so dainty and stuff like that. But times are changing and girls are changing as well. And some girls are even changing to the point where they're changing their pronouns now and stuff. And so, things are changing. But, no matter what, Sailor Moon does resonate with anyone and everyone. And yes, the American version did some things unjust, like the whole um, Sailor Uranus and Neptune like sexualities, making them cousins instead of like lovers and stuff. And also the ending to season one in the American version is just like atrocious and everything. Although I do like the final battle between her and Beryl and the music and stuff like that. Um, So like she rushes to school, and of course she's late. And when she gets there, she has to stand outside, and then her teacher berates her because she got a 30% on her test. She is a very poor student who does very badly and stuff. But she is also a girl who loves to stuff her face full of food. And so as she's talking to two of her friends, Naru and Uno, they're talking about the bad grades she got and this and that. But they also mention something that Usagi has never heard of, Sailor V. And they tell her that she's a real life superhero who works for the police department and everything. Now, Usagi has never heard of this person, but she quickly becomes obsessed with Sailor V. Especially when she sees, like, the Sailor V video game and what she looks like and everything. And then, so at some point, she's not really like, she's so upset by her like test scores that she balls it up and she tosses it, which lands on the head of Mamoru Chiba, also known as Darien Shield in the American version. And he just constantly makes fun of her. He's older. I think he's in college and everything. And he just makes fun of her, talking about how you have to study more and this and that. And so she doesn't like him, and he gets on her nerves. He calls her bun head in the original version. He calls her meatball head in the American version. So when she goes home, her mom knows that they got the test back because Uno called and ratted her out. But he didn't tell what she got. When the mom sees this, she is furious and kicks her daughter out the house and makes her stand outside and think about what she did. Uno, not Uno, but Shiba, her brother, is being a little butthead, kicks her in the butt and everything like that. So at some point in time, she meets up with Naru, and they go to like her mom's jewelry store, Naru's mom's jewelry store, and it's having like this huge sale, but Usagi cannot afford it and everything. And at some point in time, we get to see our villains, Cream Barrel, and she does what she always does, sit in the chair and plays around with her magic ball. And so Jedi, one of the kings, oh, is he the kings of heavens? Is that what they call it? I forgot. He's one of her generals. And he plans on like sucking the life energy out of humans so they can give to that of their ultimate ruler. I think it's Queen, I forgot her name. Okay, Queen Beryl is the one bad person, but there's another one. I forgot her name. Anyway, so now that's one thing that always used to bug me about Beryl is that she always just sits in the chair and plays with her magic scene eyeball thing, a glass ball, and it's just kind of like I always assumed she was the main baddie until we get to the end, and there's a Uber baddie and everything, and so like. What happens? So at one point in time when Usagi was going to school, like right before she was late, like one thing that caused her to also be extra late was that she saw a cat being picked on by these little boys, and the cat had a bandage on his forehead. When she pulled it off, there's a crescent moon on the cat, and she thinks it's a bald spot. The cat just stares her down in this very mysterious and ominous kind of way that's kind of like eerie and everything, right? We don't know what the deal is, but there's something up with this cat. And so at some point in time when the cat sees her later on in the day, it speaks to itself. So it's like, whoa, this cat can talk. So then as Naru's at the jewelry store with her mom, all of a sudden her mom turns into that of a demonic monster. It's very creepy. It's very disturbing. It has a great look to it. Over time, the monsters start to get a little silly, kind of like in Power Rangers as well. But the people in the jewelry store are passed out from having their energy drained. And so, like, in the American version, these evil people called the Negaverse folks. And so, like, Naru's behind is in danger, right? So at some point in time, Usagi's in her room and the cat shows up and it starts talking to Usagi. Usagi's like, oh, I must be dreaming. And she goes to sleep. And the cat lets her know, no, you're not crazy. You're not asleep. And then she magically gives her this brooch. Usagi like sees the brooch, puts it on her, and she's all like looking in the mirror, like feeling all cute. And and everything. And the cat named Luna is all like, no, I need you to transform and turn into Sailor Moon and all this other stuff. So with the magic I'm just gonna say the magic spell word. I can't get my words out right now. She transformed into Sailor Moon and she cannot believe it. And so she shows up to save Naru. Now, this is what's kind of weird. In this episode, Sailor Moon does two things that she never does throughout the rest of this series. She's able to hear through, I don't know what these things are called. They're like little brooches that be in her little buns and everything. She's able to hear Naru's voice screaming for help. And then when she goes to fight the monster, well, this is something that also that always kind of always bugs me. Like the pilot's not perfect, but it's still good. So it's kind of like when she's given the magic words to transform, you know, it's this big anime transformation, and it's very elaborate. And it's kind of like, if this is your first time transforming, why would you be doing all this and that, unless it's programmed in her head to do all that? Then when she meets the monster asks like, you know, who are you and everything. And she gives this big speech about like who she is and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, I don't know, did she think of that like all of a sudden, or did she like have it programmed in her head from when she's transformed back in the day? So anyway, the monster tries to attack her, but it makes the people turn in kind of like zombie mind control type thing. So they attack her. She is terrified out of her mind because Usagi is not a brave person whatsoever. She is a crybaby who runs and cowers. So she's running away from all the people trying to attack her, and her knee gets cut because somebody breaks open the bottle and cuts her with it. Luna tells her to toughen up and use her magic power, but she's too scared. And so all of a sudden she is rescued by a mysterious man who threw a rose. This man is dressed in a tuxedo and has a top hat, and he calls himself Tuxedo Mask. Yeah, that's a name, all right. He wears a tuxedo, he wears a mask, he wears a cape, so he's Tuxedo Mask, but hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he tells Sailor Moon, because somehow he knows her, and tells her crying will not save the day. She don't care, she's gonna cry anyway. But then it's the second thing that she does that she never did before. When she cries, it causes like a sonic wave that breaks the people out of the spell and all this other stuff. That's never been shown ever again in the series. So that's kind of weird. So after that, Luna tells her to take off your tiara and use it as a weapon. And she does. And she kills the monster. And the monster turns into ash and everything. And I remember when I saw this, I thought to myself, wow, man, this is kind of cool and everything, you know? It's like, I've never seen anything like this. You know, it was just like American cartoons and superheroes just wasn't like Sailor Moon and everything. So afterwards, she's at school and all the kids are all like, man, I had the weirdest dream. I got saved by a person named Sailor Moon. And they're like, yeah, I had the same dream. And then there's Usagi right underneath them, trying to sleep, exhausted and tired, and doesn't even want to hear about what they have to say because she knows everything that happened because she lived through it. And so that's basically the pilot. Now the Crystal version is slightly different. It's been a while since I saw the first season of Crystal. I try to like erase it from my memory, except for season 3 of Crystal. That's pretty good. And so yeah, the pilot is not like perfect. They don't explain much. It's very like up in the air, and you learn things as you go. And it's a very slow burn because like over 50 or 40 or 50 something episodes, and the first season is very long. And like I said, it's a slow burn. It is a slow burn. Like they don't like it. It's like Luna tells her you have to find the other Sailor Guardians and the princess and all this other stuff. But then when all of a sudden Luna memories are like she forgot a lot of the stuff about when she was on the Moon Kingdom. And so she remembers who Sailor Moon is, but she don't remember none of the people like identities and everything. And when she had that band-aid on her, it really messed with her powers and stuff and prevented her from talking. But Sailor Moon is just one of those unique shows that you watch and you're just like in awe. And it's because the reason why you're so in awe is because you've never seen nothing like that before. I felt the same way when I watched Power Rangers or the first season of Digimon. it's just like, because I love my American superheroes, but they are nothing like what you see in anime. And that's why like learning other cultures and all this other stuff is a great thing. Like sharing is great and everything. Because if they didn't share Sailor Moon with people, my God, I wouldn't even have most of the merch that I have from that and stuff. And and it causes other people to create Western cartoons similar to that. I mean, look at Avatar: The Last Airbender, or look at Teen Titans and everything. Happy International Women's Day, everybody. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.